There are 4 things to check on web analytics. Of course, there's a lot of things you can do in Google Analytics, but I'm going to show you 4 things today, 4 really insightful things that you can do to determine what's your next marketing plan going to look like and what you can do to increase your sales later on. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to track if there's an increase of traffic for your site. Okay, so maybe this is a task for you. How do you track if there's an increase of traffic on the Google Merchandise Store site? Can you track, is there an increase of traffic for Google Analytics, Google Merchandise Store or not during this time? Maybe in the past 2 weeks. Okay, so how are you going to do that? While you're doing that, I'm going to show you how. So let's see here in Google Merchandise Store, right, the analytics. So once you're here, go to Audience again, Overview, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click on this time here, April 6 to 12, right? And we're going to choose a comparison date. So we're going to choose the first date, 6 to 12, which means it's Monday, 6 April to 12 April. That is that week. And compare it with before the MCO to see whether there's an increase of traffic in Google Merchandise Store. So in February, 3rd February to 9. Now it's very important that you compare same dates here. You cannot compare things like over the weekend to weekdays. For example, I cannot compare like 9 to 13 and compare 3 to 7. That's not fair because weekends and weekdays have different volumes of traffic. So you want to compare as close as possible. All right. So after you've done that, just click on apply. So what we see here is basically that, in MCO, during MCO, we had a drop of traffic. The yellow ones is, the yellow line is basically the traffic in February. The blue ones is basically the traffic this month. So from here, you can see that, Google Merchandise Store actually had less users right now during MCO, right? Maybe people are not buying the merchandise anymore. People are buying essentials this time. And we can see the drop of users, the drop of new users, right? And we can track every single thing as well, from the language, from the country they use. So we can zoom down to country, for example. So let's say we go into country, and we want to see which country actually had an uptick and which country had a downtick, right? From my screen here, I see most of it has a downtick. In United States, US, we have minus 23%. Canada with minus 16, France minus 3.37. Very interestingly, Taiwan, we have an increase of 52%. Now that gives us some data here. Why is Taiwan improving in terms of traffic? Can anyone tell or guess? I don't know. All right, Italy as well, 68%, 65% increase of traffic. Yeah. So, okay, can you do this? Can you actually see this kind of data? Surgical mask production. So a few answers. So now you're thinking of ways to, what can we do, right? So if today I'm Google Merchandise Store, right? What can I do from this data? When I see that, maybe Taiwan, right? Taiwan is increasing by 52%. Of course, the numbers here are very low, 323, but they're increasing in terms of traffic. Can we do a Taiwan ad campaign since Taiwan is already recovering, maybe, right? That's something we can do based on data that we see here. So straight away, I have an insight. And I can go to my team and say, we shouldn't focus so much on UK because nobody's visiting our site right now. All right. So this is one insight that we can take out from just comparing the site's increase of visitors or decrease of visitors. Now, the next thing to understand is to look at the source and medium of your traffic. That's very important. In fact, I should show you how to do this before I show you this slide here. But let me just go through this one. I'll show you how to do this. Yeah. So one very important thing that we can do in Google Analytics is to track the source and the medium of our traffic. So as a marketer, you want to know where your best traffic comes from, right? And we do that with source and medium. So basically, source and medium, we have 6 of them. So we're going to find out if our traffic came from organic search, if our traffic came from social media, if our traffic came from direct, referral, paid search, or display. Display is display ads, right? So I'm going to go back to my screen. Sorry for the change of the screen all the time, but this is important, yeah? Okay, so within Google Analytics, the way to actually look at where our traffic comes from, let's say I'm Google Merchandise Store, I want to understand where our traffic come from. Do they come from Google search? Do they come from Facebook? Where do they come from? The way to do that is to go down to acquisition. Okay, go down to all traffic, and then you're going to choose on either 2 channels or source and medium? We're going to choose the channels first. That's easier to understand. Channels. Okay, so I'm going to remove that comparison just to show us simpler data to understand. Last 30 days. All right, so here I am, right? So from here, can you tell me which one is our source of traffic from this screenshot here, from this view here? Which one is the highest one? Right, so organic search. Oh, you can see this one, yeah? And I think you can see this with your account as well. Really simple. Now, as a marketer, when you see this, where do you focus your effort on? SEO, right? You say SEO works for us, so let's go all SEO, right? That's one way to think about it. Now, I'm going to go into something more advanced and give you a different question again. A lot of you say organic search. Now, a question for you. Where's your best traffic source? From this now, yeah? Where's the best traffic? A lot of you say organic search, right? Now, a lot of you are guessing when you see that. You see, oh, because our organic search, there's a lot of visits, that must be the best traffic source. But that's not true. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to try out and find which traffic source contributed to a sale. How do we do that? Really simple. I'm going to go back to my Google Analytics. Okay. So here I am on Google Analytics. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go into my channel grouping here. Same screen. Go all the way to the right. And I want you to see this column here. All right. This column here. Can you see that? All right. So which is the best channel to focus right now when you see this? Organic search also. You guys can see this, right? You can see the revenue here, right? So that's the revenue. So we know from organic search for the past 30 days in March 14 to March April, Google Merchandise Store made a revenue of 1,006, okay? From a total of 36 transactions, right? In organic search, through organic search, meaning someone searched it up and then bought something from their site itself. Okay, so I'm going to go a bit more deeper right now. Now, instead of channels, let's go in deeper. Yeah. So, for example, you know that social is social, right? But what social? Facebook ka, LinkedIn ka, or Instagram? We do not know, right? So what we can do is go back to the source and go down to this report called source and medium. So source is basically the platform, right? Like Facebook, like Google SEO, like something, right? So we can zoom down to the source and medium of our transaction as well. So from here, we can see that our source, Google, that's the platform. The medium is what the method is, organic search, or is it a paid ad, or is it a referral, right? So we can see from Google Organic, most of our sales came from Google Organic, right? You can also filter the revenue. I'm going to filter, click on that, filter down, and see where is our next source of revenue that come from direct. Direct means they type in, yeah? Now, whether to look at revenue or transaction, that's also something you should look at. So we can see and also filter down by transactions, okay? And transactions basically how many times they buy something, right? So one transaction can be a small one, second transaction can be a big one as well. So from here, you can see, oh, Google Merchandise Store make most of its transactions based on Google organic search. Okay, now this is just a quick example, but for you, it could be totally different. Maybe most of your sales come from paid ads, right? Most of your sales maybe come from Facebook. We do not know until you see this data inside your account. To set up e-commerce data, this is to answer Ashley's question here. You need to actually to be able to code. That means your developer would have to put in certain code within your site and tell analytics when the purchase happened, how much that is, right? So if you have like Shopify, you have WordPress, like WooCommerce, there will be plugins that you can use to actually set up Google Analytics really easily. Now, on a basic level, there's something else you can do called goals, right? This thing called goals. So goals are basically actions on your site that you want to define as a success. So some of you don't sell things on your website. Some of you actually, you want people to send in a contact form, a lead form, right? Maybe new registration. If you're a media site, you want people to read articles. If you're a support site, you want people to use less of your website, right? So we all have different types of goals on our website. Some of you want lead only. Some of you want people to download a brochure, right? So for that reason, we can use goals to track that. Now, what are goals basically? So goals are basically action we define, again, that action we define as a success on our site. So think about your site. What do you define as a success? A lead in, a conversion, or what is, right? So there are many types of goals. In fact, there are 4 types of goals, but today I'm going to teach you one goal, yeah, which is called the destination goal. So a destination goal is when users purchase something or probably send or download something or, put in their lead and then ended up somewhere. An example I can give you is at lead, when someone make a payment, they will actually go and fill in their information, right? My name is who and who, this is my credit card details and all that. And then when they successfully made a payment, they'll be brought to a thank you page that says, thank you, your order has been received. Visit your email and all that for more. So what I can do to track a goal or an e-commerce conversion is to track when someone lands into that thank you page. When someone comes into this thank you page, I track that as one goal. Make sense? When someone comes to this place, I say one goal, woohoo, I made a sale, or somebody dropped in a lead for me. All right. Now, it's going to be a bit technical and hard to show you here, but I'm going to try to do this and to teach you how this can be done. All right. So for this reason, we're going to set up, actually I already have a contact form set up in theemrat.com. I'm going to show you how to track a goal in theemrat.com. All right. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my screen and we're going to go back. Let me just close this so not to confuse you. We're going to go back to the MRAP. Now I'm going to show you, first of all, how we actually track what a user would do on the MRAP.com. So when they go to contact us, and let's say we want to track when someone actually drop in their name. So like say my name is Ruben and my email is ruben@thelead.io, and message, I say, hello, my friend, right? And someone clicks on submit, I want to track that as a goal. So I can know which traffic actually gave me that user that did this exact same thing, right? So let me show you the flow on the MRAP. So when someone clicks a form like this, they'll be brought into a thank you page, right? There you go. Thank you. Do you see this on top here? The emrat.com. Thank you. Thanks for dropping us a message. We'll respond within 12 hours. Thank you. Right? So I want to track this page here. When someone comes into this page, we track that as a goal. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our analytics. And this time, I'm going to go back to my site, the MRAP that I've set up just now. All right, let me just search for this. I'm going to go back to my earlier site, the MRAP Digital Kit session, the one that I set up earlier on in this training, yeah, and show you how to set up a goal. Okay? Now, so my site is empty here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to admin. You see admin here? So admin is like basically your settings for Google Analytics, right? And then we're going to go into goals. You see that? Goals? Okay? Goals. And then what we are going to do is we're going to set up a goal to tell Google Analytics that what contributes as a goal. So click on new goal. There are 4 types of goal conversions, but we're going to choose only one. Yeah, we're going to choose a destination goal. Okay, so I'm going to go for a custom goal. You see they have some templates here, but let's scrub that. Let's go custom because we are advanced people. Custom, and then I'm going to click on continue. Okay, now I'm going to call this goal contacted, left a contact. Okay, something like that, left a contact. And remember there's 4 types of goal: destination, duration, page, and event. So destination is when they landed on somewhere, right? And we call that a goal. Duration is maybe they spend 5 minutes on your site, you call that a goal. This is great for media websites. Pages or screens per session, let's say they go through 5 pages on your site, you call that a goal, right? Or event, when they click on a video, when they click on something on your site, you call that a goal. So I'm going to choose the destination goal because it's the simplest to understand. Okay, click on continue. So the destination must equals to this URL, all right? This URL. And maybe this value, when someone drops in a contact form, I know that I'm able to close him at maybe 50 USD. So this is valued at 50 USD. So when someone comes into this page here, he is valued at 50, right? And save this. So just like that, we have created a goal left a contact for your site. So now how do we use this goal? You say, great, Ruben, you created a goal, but so what? How are we going to use this? Really simple. So what we can do is we go back to, so to show you this one, I have to go back to merchandise store, because obviously my new site does not have data. I have to go back to merchandise store, Google Merchandise, master view. So I'm going back to the the merchandise store analytics, a different account. Okay. So you can see within the Google Merchandise Store, they also have created few goals called engage users, enter checkout, purchase completed, registrations, and smart goals. You can see that their goal type, they have used destination goal, the same that I've done earlier. So how do we use these goals? Really, really simple. So for example, let's say we want to find out which of our users has actually completed a goal, right? How do we do that? Go back to your audience or whichever reports you want to see. So let's say I want to go back to my acquisition. Acquisition means how do you get these visitors? And I'm going to go back to the same report that I've done earlier, source and medium, right? We have done this earlier, and we have used this to see the amount of users that we have, plus their conversions that from which channels, right? So instead of doing that, right now I'm going to switch this to a longer time period, maybe going back all the way to November 2018, right? So we have more data to look at, okay? All right, so now we have more data to look at, it's more exciting. And we're going to actually go back to our dimensions and metrics. And then I'm going to change this from e-commerce to that goal. So when you create a goal, you'll be able to see your goal appearing up here. You'll be able to see that, in this case, the example, this is Google Merchandise Store, but if you created correctly, the goal would appear here. So let's say I want to check out the goal of registrations. So which traffic actually gave us the goal of registrations most? All right, so I can click on registrations, and immediately I can see. Okay, so you do the analysis for me. Now you're the analyst. All right, I'm going to filter the goal, and all right. So where did most of our registration happen? Which channel, which source and medium gave us most of our registrations? So when you do marketing, you want to find out your best source of traffic, right? It's your best source of traffic from Facebook ads. You might run Facebook ads, but how do you know that it's working from there? Maybe it came from Google. Maybe it came from your emails, right? So from here, tell me, which source of traffic gave the most registrations in this example? So again, organic, right? Organic. So some people are going, now you're looking at data more accurately, right? Now, the reason why organic is not the right answer, right? The reason why, I'm going to show you. The reason why organic is not the right answer is because organic has 53%. It's a bit small here, but 53% of traffic, right? There's a lot of traffic. But what we want to see here is not the number. Most of you will see numbers, right? 2,712. Wow, that's a great number. Wow, this is the best traffic source. Let's go and do Google Organic. But that's not a good assumption to do yet, right? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the conversions rate. Can you see this one here? Conversions rate. Now, from here, which one is the highest conversion? That is our desired audience. All right, this is one way to see it. This is our desired audience. And now you say Yahoo Organic. What's going on, right? So we know there's a lot of people from Yahoo Organic with very high conversions. Should we focus our advertising on Yahoo? Should we put out an ad on Yahoo because our best customers come from there? That could be one thought, right? And this is just one thing you can get out from data. I think this is easy to see, right? All right, so let me just filter this and show you even more, right? This is just, let me just filter the conversions rate. So what we're going to do is, as a data analyst, you want to actually track the conversions. You want to track the conversions rate as well, and to make sure you don't not just seeing numbers, but also the percentage as well. Now, when I filtered the conversion rate, you can see, oh, this one, EDU referral, there's one. Now, there's a lot of numbers here, right? And if you look at these rows here, we got 385 source and medium. Now, how do we actually know the best conversions? It's going to be hard to see, right? Now, one way you can do this is to go up here, and instead of sorting this by default, we sort this by a weighted way. So we weigh it between numbers of users and the conversion rate. So I'm going to click on weighted. Okay. And then we're going to see, right? We're going to see which traffic actually give us some of the best conversion rate. So I'm going to filter that again by a weighted way of tracking, right? So we can see, okay, right now I'm going to leave it here, and you tell me which one gives us the best conversion, which traffic gives the best conversion, and which traffic would you go for if you are today the Google merchandise store, right? Look at this one here. Which traffic would you go for? Actually say referral. Referral seems to be giving us good conversions. Yeah, so that is one thing, right? So you notice that ie.edu is giving us a referral of 100%. Of course, it's just one traffic, but there's a conversion there. So what can we do as a marketer is, hey, let's go and check out ie.edu. Who is these fellas? Can we strike a partnership with them? See that? So these are new ways of doing marketing. It's not just, oh, Facebook ads lah, Facebook ads the best. You're doing this based on data-driven marketing right now, right? So Yahoo is nobody thinks of Yahoo, but Yahoo is giving us the conversions that we want. That could be something that we can look at, right? How can we increase the conversions from here, right? Now, I agree with a lot of you that the ie.edu is great. For the second reason, why? Because we know that the user from ie.edu also spends the most time on the site itself, up to 6 minutes. Let's reframe the whole question. Which one is the lousiest with traffic source? Right, the worst would be, if I were to get it correct, that's t.co referral. So this site is not giving us good traffic. Why? Because we have a very high bounce rate of 73%. That means users come inside your site, they don't see what they want, and they just exit the site. That's a bounce. Okay. So very high bounce rate means bad thing. If your site is into getting conversions, bad thing. Okay. And they spend very little time on our site. On average, 59 seconds they chow already, right? The other traffic sources are giving us much higher traffic. See that? So instead of just seeing the completed here, we are looking at buyer's data, right? We need to zoom down deeper and see the duration, the bounce rate, right? And also the conversion rate. There's a lot of things to look at. Bad copy could be one of it, but maybe TCO is giving us, is driving non-relevant traffic towards the site itself. So there's something we can do. So what we can do as a marketer is we can go and look at TCO. What is TCO? Right? TCO again is a platform. Oh, it's a Twitter thing. It's a Twitter service that people use to share, right? So maybe they drop, and maybe the traffic from Twitter is not that good anyway. Okay. So we have done this here already. Now the next thing to do, I got four tips for you today. Right? This is the third one. So the third one is find out what kind of keywords users search on Google to find you. So you have a site today, right? And some of you say, oh, organic search is good, right? But how do you know what users actually search for to find you? They search for your name card, they search for your product lah. What do they search? So we can use Google Analytics plus with Google Console to do that. So to find out this data, first of all, you first have to set up Google Search Console. Google Search Console is free. I can't remember the domain name, but I think it's console.google. If I type wrongly, please go and Google yourself. I think it's console.google.com. I think so. But go and Google it, please. It's free. I won't be going into how to set this up, but you can basically follow the onboarding structure. It's quite simple. Now, once you set Google Search Console up, you then link it up with your Google Analytics account. Okay? And what's going to happen then is basically you can begin to see the keywords that people are using to search you on your site itself. So let me show you my screen. And I'm going to go to a different account. I'm going to go into my Audio Mentor account. Yeah, this is my blog. The one I showed you earlier, just to show you. This is Audio Mentor. Simple blog, nothing much. Let's look at what are people using to find this particular website. All right. So I'm going to go back to my analytics. This is Audio Mentor. Okay. And we're going to go down to acquisition. Okay. And you can see that I have this option called Search Console. Now, if you have not set up Search Console, you'll see no data in there. You see a window that says, please set up your Search Console. So please go and do that. But once you have done that, we go down to queries. Queries are basically the exact keywords that people type on Google. Click on queries, and immediately you can see all the types of keywords that people have searched on Google to find your site. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of my site real data, and you can see this exact data order mentor, right? I have nothing to hide from you, right? So these are some of the keywords that, let me just zoom down a bit, that people are searching to find my site. Okay, now let's put your eye on the first one, the number one, best laptop for music production. Okay, now monthly volume means how much volume of search is existing in Google, the network of Google per month. All right, and from these exact keywords, how many clicks I got from that. So I got 17,000 clicks from that exact keyword, best laptop for music production. I got 17,000 clicks into my website, right? Now, impression means how many times my listing was shown. So that means, I don't think I'm ranked for this anymore. That's a disclaimer. But if I search for best laptop for music production, okay, where am I? I don't think I'm ranked anymore. I'm here. I'm gone down because I've not updated this site since 2018. I have to update it. Yeah. So you can see that when someone search for best laptop music production and I appear here, that's one impression. Okay, that's one impression. If they click on it, that's one click. So within analytics, we can see this exact keyword, all right? We have 17,000 clicks and 87,000 impressions. So I lose out on a lot. I lose out on a lot of clicks, in fact, right? So my click-through rate is 19%. So that means I have a 19% chance when someone search a term, they click on my site basically. Okay, and the average position is basically 2.3. On Google, you have up to 10 listings. What I mean by that, when you search on Google, you have, I think, more than that today. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it 10? Can someone correct me? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 listings right now. Yeah. Within analytics, I'm 2.3. That means I'm like maybe 2 or 3 on the listing itself. Okay, so what questions you have about this one? This is to see what kind of keywords people are using to search for. So what we can do here is we can start to see all the keywords. Yeah, there's a lot. So I can see that we have like 100,000 over keywords inside here. And we can actually open up the rows. Maybe I'll show you like 500 keywords. Yeah, 500 keywords. And we're going to see what kind of keywords people search for to find my site today. And what am I losing up on? So I can see that all these are keywords people have searched to find my site. So for example, let's look at this one here. Okay, so this one here, see? This keyword, what does a pop filter do? This is a keyword, yes? And for this keyword, there are 1,000 searches a month, which is good, okay? I've got 18,000 clicks. No, 18,000 impressions. Is it impressions? Yeah. And I'm ranked 5.4, means I'm quite low, around the half of the page already. Right? Now, if I know that this keyword is a good keyword, what can I do to optimize this page, make sure I rank higher? So from here, we can start begin to see, oh, these are a few keywords that people search for. These are real searches here. There's not just made up. So what we can do is we can go and search for our own keyword. What does a pop filter do? And I can see that I'm ranked here, right? This is mine, ordermentor.com. So what can I do to improve this to appear on the first one? Right? So from here, I can start to make smart SEO decisions. So I can start to see, oh, okay, these are some keywords that I should focus on. Some keywords that I'm losing, I should try to ramp it up. Some that I do not want, I just can take it off and all that. And of course, within Google Analytics, you can actually see all the data here. You can also filter them down by the positions and see which one you're ranked for, which one you're not ranked for, and what can you do after that. Of course, to rank your sites, you need to do some SEO practices, which is not something that I'll cover today in today's session. Okay, now this is my most exciting one for you. This is the customer journey. Okay, so customer journey is one of the most exciting things you can see in Google Analytics, and I bet a lot of people do not know about this one here. Now, this is going to be a bit scary, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my real data. Okay, I'm going to show my real data. So I'm going to show you real data of the lead.io. Okay, and for this reason, I'm going to have to stop sharing for a while and then make sure that I go back to the correct data because this is sensitive data, yeah? Okay, I'm going to show you my small data here. I selected a very small data and I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is this report here is known as the User Explorer. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore users, yeah, and exploit them if you want to. So again, Google Analytics, right? And we're going to go down into audience, okay, audience. But before that, before I go into User Explorer, we're going to go down into interest, all right, interest, and click on overview. So when we go down to interest, we can see that this is my visitors on the lead.io, and this is their interests. So we know that this is their interests, right? And the way that Google gets this data is from the earlier, before we started, how I show you Google perceives you. All right, let's go into User Explorer. Now, under audience, you see that we have this thing called User Explorer. Now, this is your goldmine because this will actually help you identify how your users go around your site and what are their behaviors. So I find this one to be the most important and most insightful reports that I can find in Google Analytics. All right. Now, if you see yourself inside here, just stay with me, okay? So I'm going to filter my revenue. Small data set. Please don't actually go and share this out. Yeah. So basically what you're seeing here right now is reports down to the user level. So the client ID here, 1 to 10, are basically real people, exact people. So what we have seen earlier, number of users, number of recent, they are basically aggregate data, meaning that added up data. We don't know who these people are. They're just an average, right? But what you're seeing here right now is down to per visitors. These are all exact visitors. So this is 1 visitor, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you know how to do some coding, you can also get the names and the emails of these exact users. Okay, but we're not going to get into that. So I'm going to look at one of these client ID here. Okay, so we can see that in number 2, let's just focus on number 2. This person, this visitor, has 5 sessions on my site. That means he came into my site for 5 sessions. Yeah, he spent a total of 17 minutes, nearly 18 minutes on my site, and purchased something at $7.99. Now let you figure out what product is this $7.99 and made 1 transaction. Okay, so you can tell from immediately tell here, right, that people who spend something on the site normally actually stay longer, 70 minutes, 25 minutes. They're trying to make sure that their purchase is a good purchase, right? All right, let's look at number 2, yeah, or number 3 lah. Okay, number 3. Now I'm going to click on number 3, and now here's the freaky part. We can see exactly every single thing that this person has done coming from my site and what he did. All right, so let's look at this guy or this person. All right, so the source and medium, he came from Elmin's landing page, facebook.com referral. So this guy came from Facebook, right? The first date we got him in is April 11. This is the first time he went into our site, okay? So let's look at more rows. So I'm going to scroll down to April 11. So April 11 at 7:06 p.m. Okay, he spent 9 minutes. He came from social. Do you see that? Social. You can open this up, and I can see exactly what he viewed. So he viewed my one of the course. You can see right now, affiliate marketing profit core online course. He viewed this course, this page. You can see the page here, Facebook ad dive. He went back to view at this page. He went to the cart. He began checkout, right? He began to do a lot of things, and then he didn't buy, right? That's on April 11. Now on April 12, he came back. He came back through where? Social media, right? Social media, and spent 8 minutes here. Okay, so let's go down. So he viewed the course again. He went to the cart again. He began checkout, right? He viewed again. He did this again. He went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then finally at 3:37 p.m., he purchased this for $7.99. See that? Now after that, he started spending 11:44 minutes on my site. Can you guess what he's doing? Anybody have a clue? What he's doing at 6:17 p.m. at spending more than 2 hours plus on the site. What is he doing? Exactly, he's attending a course right now. He's attending the course, he's watching the course, he's going through the videos, he's going through the course, listening to me. Okay, so basically that's how it works, right? So basically this is a user explorer understanding, and we can understand what our users do down to every single page that they do, what time, and when do they come back. right? So I can see that he came in 6:17. He left around 8:30, maybe go for dinner, right? And then he came back the next day again, April 13. And he came back with email. Yeah, he clicked on one of my emails, right? And then where he goes and all that. See that? So this is really, really powerful. Of course, we cannot see who this is, but with some coding, you can see this. You can see their emails. You can see their ID as well. Now, the Google Merchandise Store does not have this set up. All right. In your account, you'll be able to find this within your own account, right? It's already set up automatically for you. So I'm not going to show you so much, but you get the idea. Yeah, you get the idea of how they go through your site, what do they do, what time, and what happened. So if you have a bit of time, what you can do is you can set this up for your Google Analytics and begin to zoom down to your audience, right? And study what they do, right? Where do they drop off? What time do they come in your site? Why do they do this and do that, right? And you can begin to see a pattern in there. And you can also, in fact, segment them into aggregate and start to identify why people don't buy on your site, why people don't actually do whatever on your site. For example, this guy spent 6 hours on my site itself, taking a course maybe, right? So that is basically it. User Explorer is a very powerful tool. I won't be able to tell you what you can do with it, but you get the idea. And I think there's so much you can actually get out from these insights here. And nobody has done this before, I'm sure.